Yo, WAGWAN everybody, big up on yourself. I'm Kadeem, brand number one, Dan Legacy. This is my queen.
Alexandra, you don't know how the thing's set.
Yeah, you don't know.
So what
Go
are we
ahead.
doing today?
Oh yeah, we're going to be talking about how we met, the crazy stories and some secrets and hidden gems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to be telling you guys our crazy story about how this wild one and this crazy one came together and how we ended up here, about our relationship, how we met. And yeah, we're just going to be giving you guys all the juicy details.
The deeds.
So, babe.
Yes.
Do you want to go first? Or should I?
You can go on this one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't want to go first?
You go first.
I'm kind of nervous.
I mean, you kind of look sexy.
Oh, babe, that's not for the video. We got people watching us.
Hey,
Madness.
it is what it is, I guess.
Alright, guys. We just gonna get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, there was a time in my life when your girl
was looking all spicy.
And I didn't have time to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
I was working and I came out of a bad breakup and I just had all this in my mind and just like the way my life was set up, I was like with my siblings and just life was crazy at that time. Okay, let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go on Tinder. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's been on Tinder at least once. Okay, come on. I'm not the only one. Am I the only one?
Out here.
Come on, guys. Tell me.
Tell
the
the truth in the comments. Yeah,
if you've been on Tinder before, and how was your experience?
That's right.
But
we know Tinder is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy on there, girl.
Crazy things.
Thank goodness I met this one and I got out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was on Tinder for a time. And met a couple dudes, but there was just no spark. Like, it was just empty, boring. I was like, why am I on here? Again, I feel like a lot of people have felt that feeling about Tinder. Like, why am I actually on here? Like, am I actually the one that's gonna say that I was on Tinder? All that. Like, there's like a whole stigma that went around it. Like, people didn't want to talk about being on it. Anyways, I was on it, just trying to meet people. And like, I just remember there was like one day that I decided, I was bored, okay, like literally so bored. I decided to scroll through my matches and I just ended up like hopping on this dude's profile and I was like, oh my goodness, like I guess he kind of cute, but at the same time, it was a little misleading, you know what I'm saying? He was like the type of guy that had, he was the type of guy that basically had a profile where it was like showing him at different ages. Yeah. So like all the way down to like 18. Like this man had some young pics on there. Of course he's still like
stages, you gotta know me a little bit.
He was telling the whole story with his pictures. And then even like he had like 20 emojis on there, y'all. Like 20 emojis, like different stuff. I saw the Jamaican flag and I was like, I see you. Cause like for me, I'm half Jamaican, if you know what I mean, right? So I'm half and I was like, okay, it's cool. Like I haven't met any Jamaican dudes on here, so like I'll chat him up. Like I'll see how it's going. And of course we were matched for how long? Like I think it said we were matched for like at least 3 months. And when I tell y'all, mans did not message me. Like he didn't message me at all. I was like, is there something wrong with me? Mm-mm. Does my profile just look too good, of course, that he might think I'm a catfish? Like, I don't know. Because you know what? I actually had a lot of dudes, like, telling me that they thought I was a catfish. And I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for that, okay? Like, I'm flattered that you thought I was a fake profile. But at the same time, it made dating hard. It made meeting dudes hard.
I thought she was a catfish, too.
So, you see? Craziness. Yeah. So anyways, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just put myself out there and I'm going to message this man and just see what happens. So I sent the first message and he can take it from there. He can tell his side. I'll take it from there.
Alright, so I was in a crazy, you know how she said, life goes how it goes, you know, tough times. But yeah, I was in like a rough patch of my life, and I was like, yo, I might as well get on Tinder and just like, you know, check it out, talk, you know, if anything. And yeah, so I was just basically I'd be swiping just to swipe. Like it was like a swiping game, you know what I'm saying? Like no, like,
you know the type of
be
dudes
honest.
that be swiping on everybody?
Yeah,
they just
like
swipe, like
so yeah, like there's some
boring.
days like you don't want to like just look through all these profiles. Like I gotta just swipe, man. Like
nah.
if that conversation does start up, because I wasn't up there.
He was waiting for me.
Yeah, exactly. I was waiting for the one. You know what I'm saying? Special
Go
team.
on, babe, go on. Tell your story.
One. So basically I didn't want to like I wasn't on Tinder just to date or hook up at that time. I was just like on there to pass time. So I was like, might as well talk to people, or you know, if the conversation spark, I'll talk to them, whatever it is. And at the same time, in my mind, I was like, yo, like I'm looking for the one. You know what I mean? Like I'm swiping for the one. So
yeah, like you know when you get to that point in life where you're just like you want to use Tinder to meet people,
yeah.
but you're not one of those people that just wants to mess around. Like you're actually trying to find somebody that you can at least have a connection with.
Right.
Like if you don't end up together, fine, but like you want to have a connection. Like you want it to be real.
Yeah.
So like we was both on that.
So
that
I was
vibe.
that was the stage or the point of my life that I was at that point. Before I was doing some craziness, you know, on Tinder or whatever. But in this time frame, in this season in my life, I was looking for the one to lock it
Man
down.
was on a mission.
Know? And my dreams came true. You know what I'm saying? She came through. Special slide in my DMs.
I
like,
did really
ooh,
slide in them DMs. Like
who
it's
this?
actually facts.
Yeah.
Like he's not sugarcoating. Like I saw his profile and I was like, you know, he seems like a cool guy. We have one thing in common. Like we both Jamaican.
Right.
Maybe he's cool. So I was like, let me just message him. So it was like really lighthearted. Like I think I was just like, hey, like what's up? I like your profile or something like that.
Right.
And
as soon as she messaged me, I'm like, who this? What the bum look like? She Jamaican and Latina? The Lord, thank you for answering my prayers. Yeah, man.
And that's crazy too, because like he actually did tell me that he
I've been like
he wanted like a Latina girl or something.
Yeah, like Jamaican Latina. I thought it was just like it would never
Crazy,
happen,
no.
but my thoughts were there. That's my goal, but I didn't expect it to happen here in Canada, Winnipeg. What kind of craziness? I thought I had to travel. You know,
I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Like when you start feeling like maybe the one is just not in my city.
Right.
Like maybe I have to be traveled somewhere and I just happen to like brush past them and lock eyes with them.
Hey,
and then it's just like, oh man, like we gotta connect. No. Tinder, man. I don't know.
Some way, somehow. I got it.
So I guess I'll continue it. So
Okay.
basically, yeah, like I had messaged him, he responded back. Of course, Mans was real smooth with it. He trying to, you know, he trying to like get like smooth, like flirty and stuff. So he's like, yo, you know, let's head over to Snapchat.
Yeah. Yo.
But I know why he did that though, because he thought I was a catfish. It's like, yo, send me like a live pic. Like I gotta see what you're working with. I gotta see if you cute. Like what's up?
Also, you gotta move. You know the person away from the big thing.
Away from Tinder. You gotta try to get them out of there.
Narrow focus center when it's just me and you. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you did there.
All them other dudes ain't it. You would have sent me the snap and a pic. Yeah.
And for real, honestly, a lot of the dudes on there were hella boring. So like that was just cool. Like how he's trying to, you know, get the interaction to another level.
Yeah.
And he's willing to show himself too. So like I felt good about that. I was like, okay, confidence.
Yeah.
I like that. Like let's go. So yeah, so basically, you know, we got to Snap and then we were just talking. It was super cool, you know. I think we just talked every once in a while, just basic combos for like a week.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like chill combos. It was like super chill and like cool. I was like, you know, I really like, if anything, I really am like fucking with this guy's vibe. Like, I like his vibe. So like I was like, if anything will happen, I'm definitely keeping him as a friend, like hands down. So that was just my mindset, you know. And then the one day happened where he decided to ring me through Snapchat, and I didn't answer at first because I was actually hanging out with a guy friend, and it was crazy because the guy I was hanging out with, he was like just a friend, like to me. Like he was like into me, but like I wasn't into him like that.
Was he
We were
just a friend though?
No, facts. Like, oh god. I'm serious, babe. He was just a friend, and we were just chilling.
Tell me just a friend.
Literally, we had smoked up, and he.
Oh baby, you.
Do I need to get out my phone and just be like this?
You say we're just a friend.
Just friends.
You say he's just.
If he watches this video at some point someday.
Move aside, boy. Sit on. You're. Go sit on before you. Yo, box it on one time.
I'm done. That's really how he beat. Yeah, so anyways, just friends, and we were chilling, and then I just remember I was still messaging him on Snapchat while I was hanging out with this guy friend, and he rings me, I didn't catch it, and then I was like, oh shit, I got a call. And then I was like, I'm gonna call him back. So I called him right back, and literally it's ringing. He doesn't answer it, and I'm like, answer the phone, Brandon. And then
I was nervous. I was nervous to the max.
And at the time, he went by Brandon because that's his middle name. So, but he was tell him.
I was like nervous. I mean, I made the first call. I was ready. You know what I mean? I got myself amped up. I'm like, yo, let me call her to see if she's real. You know what I'm saying? She's really real.
Yeah.
And I called her. She didn't pick up. So when I received the call, I'm like, oh.
He wasn't expecting me to call him back. Like he was like, oh, and that's on confidence. Like she confident too. She trying to call me back. Oh my goodness.
So she's on the same level. She's on the same thing I'm on.
Because like we had already been talking, and I really liked the vibe. Like I really liked the vibe. So I was like, I'll call him back. So I called him back, and it was ringing. He didn't pick up, and then I was like, pick up. And then after, I guess I like called again, and then he picked up.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, we were both like, I don't know, kind of nervous, but we were easy flowing with the combo. And like, yeah, I just remember telling him that he had a really sexy voice. I was like, I like your voice. And then he was like, oh, really? Yeah. Thank you. And then we were just talking about how like we were both Jamaican. He was telling me where he grew up and stuff like that.
Right.
It was super chill.
And
we ended up talking
for so long.
Literally.
Just how I am, you know what I'm saying?
Literally, I was just there on a snap call, hanging out with a dude that's like really into me, but I'm not into him, you know, like we just chilling kind of vibe, friend zone kind of vibe, laughing on the phone with a dude. And then I was like, you know what? Because I was just on the phone for a while with him, and I was like, this is going to be a long phone call. So I just decided like, you know what, buddy, my friend, compadre, I gotta go. Because like my mama needs me at home, whatever. I made some crazy excuse, and then I dipped out of there. Yeah. Still on the phone with him. So we ended up being on the phone for quite some time. It was great. And in my mind, automatically, I was like, I gotta meet this guy. Stat. Like, I'm not trying to waste no time. Shit. Sagittarius energy. Just telling y'all. Shit. But yeah, I was like, I gotta meet him. Like, seriously, I gotta.
The vibe was too strong.
I gotta meet this dude.
She was feeling it.
Yeah, like, we just really kicked it off. And we even both told each other, like, you're super cool. Like, I really like talking to you and everything. So, yeah, my next mission was, like, trying to meet this guy in person. Because at the same time, too, I was trying to see, like, more about, like, if he was real in person in terms of his personality. So, like, you know how you guys, like, if any of you have been on dating apps, how you'll be like talking to a guy on the dating app and everything sounds really great, and then when you meet them in person and you're actually on a date, you're just like, the vibe, the spark, it's just not there. So it's kind of as if they were like impersonating a higher level of their personality. And then it's just like, oh, like you're so
on the text.
Yeah, and then you're just like, you're so heartbroken because you're like, damn, I actually fucked with this guy like on messages. So, you know, that was like my kind of next mission, because I was like, I gotta check off the boxes, you know, and like make sure everything makes sense. So yeah, so then after that, I was just like heavy on the pursuit of like, when are we gonna meet? We should hang out. We should hang out. I kept saying that so many times. I was like, I can come over, or like, or like we can go out and like, you know, like get wings or go see a movie or something like that. And yeah, and no guys, I'm just like joking around. Like I wasn't trying to hang out like that. But at the same time, I wanted to like chill. I wanted to vibe. So he was the one that was running away. He was like, I don't know about that. So tell me your side.
My side, I was not ready to meet anybody. Like I was like in like the rough patch of my life. But I was like focused on my goals. And when she came into the picture, I'm like, well, I can't dash away the thing, I can't throw it away when God bless me with what I've been praying for. So I'm like, okay, let me just talk to her, build with her and connect. But when she was like, okay, yeah, like when are we gonna meet or let's meet up? I'm like, oh shit. I'm not ready, but I'm not gonna just say that I'm not ready to meet her and shit.
Yeah, so he's just caught in a hard place, I guess. Like, he kept making excuses like, oh, I can't today, I got stuff going on, or oh, I have work, or I got called in, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dang, all this time going by, we ain't meeting. So I think we talked for like about a month, like before we met each other, like maybe about 3 weeks or so.
No, it was like...
Or a little bit more than that, we just we talked for weeks, honestly.
Yeah.
And I didn't even go lie, like I was kind of in a rough place too, because I was like working at Bath and Body Works and it was just a seasonal position, and I was making that like, like that money that basically just covers like your social life. So like it was some rough times, you know what I mean? And I would text him in between my breaks when I'm at Bath and Body Works. One time he wanted to come visit me.
Yeah.
Tell them what happened to me.
Oh, okay. So the one time, she was like on me about meeting and everything. So I was like, okay, so you work tonight kind of thing? And she was like, yeah, like, I'm like, all right, sounds good. So I tried to surprise her. I went to a Bath and Body Works, but I went to the wrong one. Like I went to the wrong mall.
Yeah, you went to the other mall.
And I was like, "Are you still working? Like, where are you?" She's like, "I'm here." And I was like, "What mall is it?" And then found out it was the wrong mall. So I'm like,
I was like, "I'm here. I'm at KP Mall. Remember?" And he was like, KP, he's like, oh shoot, I went to Polo.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was new to the city too. Like, I'm not too familiar with the city and like everything else. So I'm like, okay, I thought I had the right one, but I guess not. So I guess we'll try this another time.
Yeah, it was crazy. So like, we were like, it was just kind of like that cute thing. We're trying to like make some effort, trying to see each other, everything like that. So, I just remember like, okay, one day came up. This is when it's getting crazy. One day came up and I was like, I'm meeting you. We gotta do something. Like, I don't want to, cause I was getting like anxious and nervous, like, cause I was building up like kind of this like attachment to the vibe I had with him. And I was just like, I want to connect the dots. Like, I want to meet you in person. I don't want to keep going like this. And then when I meet you, I'm disappointed. And you know what I mean, y'all? Like, that's kind of the vibe. So I was just like, hey, like this weekend, we are going to meet no matter what. I was like, I'll make time. Like, I can come to you, or we can meet halfway or whatever. And I'm pretty sure this guy was shaking in his boots because he was still not ready. Like, he was trying to,
ready. I was trying to get my life together before I met her, and just have everything on point. But she was just like knocking on my door. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna open up.
Yeah, so like I was just like, hey, let's go. And it was a Friday, so we were like, what can we do? We can like, just drive down the Portage Strip or whatever, see if we can go to a place and eat, or maybe we can check out a lounge or something. So yeah, he ended up being out with his friends, and I remember trying to hit him up the whole day. I was like, so we're still on for today, whatever. I wasn't hearing from this guy. I was so annoyed. And then I was just like, finally, towards like the end of the night, I think it was like maybe 9-ish, 10 maybe, I was just like, okay, where are you at? Like, I'll just meet you. And he was like, okay, I'm in Portage, like I'm downtown. And I'm like, all right, I'll be there. So I took my mom's car and I whipped my ass down there. And you want to tell them what happened, man? When I met you?
Why?
Hmm?
Tell me.
You forget?
No.
Seriously?
No, just tell me what you're talking about.
Like when I came to get you, like, cause remember you told me you were with your friends, and then I had to like come pick you up because they dropped you off, so we met halfway.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
You have to tell them what happened. Like, it's too funny.
I'll tell you guys what happened. All right. So
The story's wild, y'all.
I was nervous, and I was like, okay, the only way I can do this is drink some more. Because I was already drinking that day, right? And that's what I mean. I was not on the perfect stage in my life at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm like usually I drink a Crown Royal like straight, like the apple Crown Royal. I drink that straight out of the bottle. I'm like, I have to get nice before I meet her. So I'm good.
I've been there before, y'all, where you gotta take a couple shots before you go on a date, or like you gotta take a couple puffs of, the ganja before you go, just to kind of like loosen up your mind, your thoughts, get the nerves off. But yeah, and I feel.
Yeah.
He was meeting a queen, so like, what can you do?
Right.
Anyways, go on.
Anyways, so should I go into the details?
Oh, tell them about the madness that happened to you that night.
Okay.
Before I grabbed you.
Okay, so actually, I was drinking so much, right? But I was like, living like with like my ex baby mama, right? And I was like, we were done in that relationship, and I was moving on, right? But
it was just like in between the awkward phase of him like moving out, so like he was gonna be dipping, obviously. But
yeah, exactly. So like I don't know what like all took place because I was nice. I was beyond nice. So
yeah,
like
it was crazy.
It actually ended up like her and like her friends, right? But like I was trying to get to the city to meet her. So I'm like, yo, I need you.
Because he was living a bit out of the city.
Yeah, I was out of the
city. So like maybe like 30 minutes out or something like that.
So I was like, yo, you're doing whatever craziness you're doing with your friends. I need you to drop me off in the city. But she was like, she was messed up. Like she like she is a messed up person, but I'm not gonna go too much into that. So like she wouldn't like so we're in the city now, and she was like she wouldn't let me out. Right?
It was wild.
It was wild.
But he was gonna meet me, of course, but it was just there was a bit of a discrepancy. Oh my, squirted, I'm done.
She said discrepancy. Okay, so like I was like, fuck. I was drunk, right? So I'm like, stop the fucking car. But like she wouldn't. And like she was going somewhere else. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna get out. So I got out of the car. I basically jumped out and like fucking jumped over other cars, and like I was like, nah, like you're not gonna keep me in a car right now.
He tried to like jump over a car.
Yeah.
And he landed straight upon him Ross. Like
I
he wiped
myself up, like jumping out of the car, and it was like on the road, so like I had to move. You know what I mean? So I jumped over a car after that, and like I landed on my elbow, broke up my elbow, broke up my body. You know, I was like hurting. I was hurting so bad, but that's what I had to go through to meet.
The fact that you did this for me, girls, this is crazy.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna let anything or anybody stop me that day.
Because literally, I was determined I was gonna be over there, and I guess he was like, I'm gonna make sure I'm over there too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that all this happened though. Like he was trying to keep it cool in the messages, like I'll be there, whatever. But I found out later he had the story to tell me. We obviously laughed about it together and whatever. And now to this day, we still laugh about it sometimes. But yeah, so like I went and like I met up with him downtown, and then So yeah, after
Okay,
that, we had a night.
I jumped off over the car and everything. I had to walk myself to the place that we were actually gonna meet up, and then I hopped in the car, all broke up, and she was laughing at me.
Yeah, he was complaining, y'all. He was like, okay, so crazy thing. I got drunk, and then I jumped over a car and I wiped out. Like, that's literally how he told me. And I was like, are you serious?
Right.
And then I was laughing so hard. Like, I was trying not to laugh, but it's like, I couldn't. Like, I had to laugh. I was like, are you serious? Like, I'm literally picking up, like, my supposed date all like mash up, because he kept on being like, yo, my elbow's killing, my back, my butt. And that's just how it was. Like,
everything was
so
hurting.
We ended up like stopping at a lounge, and it was like really cool. We had good vibes. Like, he bought me some drinks like a gentleman, and we just hung out. And it was nice.
It was not just a lounge.
Well, it was kind of a lounge vibe that night. Like, it wasn't like lit. Like, we went to like a club lounge. It was like a hookah lounge, but it wasn't lit. So that's why I'm just saying it was like a lounge. It was like super chill, and like, yeah, we just like sat in the couches and talked. We had like a joint, a couple of drinks, and just like vibed out. Yeah, and like
we were smoking nice.
Yeah, it was so lit. So.
And then we started like dancing.
Yeah, like I was like, you know what? I like the song that came on. I think it was a dance hall song, but I don't remember what it was. And I was like vibing, and like Mans was like obviously feeling the vibes too, and he was feeling me, so he wanted to come dance with me. And then this man's literally started he started dropping some serious dance hall moves on me. Like, I thought he was gonna flip me over at one point or something. I was like, hey, this ain't that kind of night, okay? And then
I was feeling nice. I was ready.
Yeah, he was already like kind of lit when we met up anyway. So,
and I was like, yo, when I met her,
I shut him down real quick. I was like, that's not this kind of tank.
I was even like getting her like drinks, like I don't know how many drinks, but like I know we were drinking. Yeah. And I was trying to, but
so yeah, anyways. So then like, just to kind of catch you guys up, to kind of like speed this up a little bit more, but overall it was like a really chill night. We ended up like hopping over to the vibes were lit. We ended up hopping over to McDonald's. It was literally like 30 seconds away from the lounge. So we just drove over real quick. We didn't do no drunk driving or any of that madness. Okay, guys, like, we're good. But yeah, we went over there, and then I roasted the hell out of him. You know why? Because we like pull up, and like, you go to McDonald's after the club, it's like natural, like most people do it, just to sober up too and stuff like that. So I was ordering, and then I was like asking him like, yo, you want like a McDouble or something?
I
or what you feeling?
McDonald's, like, and I stopped eating McDonald's at the time, but she brought me back. I was like, okay. Yeah,
he's like, yo, I don't want no bacon on my burger, and like, I don't know if I want fries. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll just get fries. And I'm like, and mind you, when I first met him, he was bone skinny. Like, he was so skinny. And I was like, are you on a diet? And like, I remember we were at the like drive-thru, and I said it so loud so the lady could hear. And he just started laughing, crying, everything. He was like, yo, you gonna roast me like that? You really gonna do me like that? And I was like, yeah, like, what? Like, your weight isn't going anywhere. You should eat something. Yeah. And it was just funny.
I was eating clean.
Yeah, so we just ended up like laughing, having a great night. It was awesome. Man's like called himself a cab because like he was like, I live out of the city. I don't want to make you drive all the way out there. It was cute, nice of him, but at the same time I was kind of just like, okay, well, just get home safe, whatever. And
you don't want
of course he's trying to get a kiss at the end of the night. And I was like,
we were in the car. No. We're in the car for like a good
we chilled for like 2 hours. Yeah, because we both wanted to sober up. I wanted to sober up. I had to go drive home still, and him being smooth and like trying to like feel that vibe. He was feeling it. He was like, hey, can I get a little?
Yeah, she was like, no, it might lead to this. I'm like, no. Just,
yeah, I literally told him, I was like, I know how Jamaicans are, okay? Like, I'm not playing with you. Like, we ain't doing that. And plus, like, I like the vibes right now. I just want to take things slow. And that's what I told him.
We actually went into, like, the date, or, like, our whole, we had talks about, like, just refraining from, having intercourse.
Yeah, and like even just like kissing and stuff like that. Like we wanted to just like keep our friendship really raw and genuine for like as long as we could until we felt like it was like real.
Right.
Like we was not trying to play around this time. So we had a lot of in-depth talks. We talked a lot about our interests, who we are, what our plans are for the future. Like we went in depth with each other. Like we were just so open with each other.
Right.
It was like amazing because you don't really get that every day. Like you don't get to meet somebody that's like so open and just willing to like really understand you and build with you.
Right.
And even if it's just friendship, like you don't get that these days. Like people are just kind of very, I don't know, just surface level, more about what they can get that night, and then they kind of just like stay on that vibe. And I also wanted to show him that I was like different than most girls. Like I was willing to like respect myself enough to like wait until it was the right time for us, like I didn't want to just be that girl that just gave it up the first night and then it's just like, okay, so what really makes you different than the others?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I was in that time in my life where I was just done with everything else and I just wanted to do things a different way and just like respect him as well, because I was like, we have to think about also like the huge stigma around Black men, and how a lot of girls treat them. I don't want you to be treated like you're a commodity, or I don't want to just, you like kind of make you feel like you're used too, because men have feelings. They got to be respected as well.
True.
And I wanted to reciprocate that same energy. So like we were both just like, you know what, let's just keep on building and let's just keep getting to know each other. Let's treat this as a friendship, and if our feelings grow, let's let them grow organically.
Yeah,
like we just wanted it to be natural.
Yeah, for me it was like the temptation, like after meeting her, like dancing or vibing out the whole time. It's just like the connection was so strong and real, actually meeting her in person. So I'm like, I don't want to just meet her and just like miss everything, miss the opportunity, or just miss what we can actually build, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I'm not gonna say I didn't feel temptation as well, but at the same time I was like, it's not about how I'm currently feeling. It's about like what I want to possibly come out of this. So I was thinking more long term. And after I had said those things to him, like he kind of was able to understand and be like, yeah, you know what, I agree with that. I think we should do it that way. And from there we just kept on building. And how long did we hung out for like, it was probably like 2 months or so until like we kissed for the first time. And then
probably even more,
it was a while. Like we were talking for over a month, then we met, and then we went on a couple dates, and we didn't see each other that often. It was like we tried to see each other when we could, but we both were working, all that kind of stuff. It was crazy times. So just kind of kept it going, and then after like another like couple months, then we had our first kiss, and then we're like, how do we feel about this? What's really going on? And like, I don't know, I remember like when he first told me that he loved me, and I was like, huh? Like, honestly, it was crazy. I don't know why I was like kind of shocked. Like it's like I didn't fully see it coming, I guess, because our like vibe was just so good on the friendship level. I didn't really see it. I was just enjoying that energy with him, but at the same time I didn't even realize that my feelings were growing. So I was like kind of in denial about my own feelings for him. It was crazy. So like so he ended up telling me. I still remember where he told me. Where were we, babe?
We were in
when you told me that
McDonald's on Pemina right here, and now we live on Pemina.
It's so crazy. Yeah, we were in the parking lot of the McDonald's, like right by the University of Manitoba, and I just like I remember we were having like a talk and everything, and like he ended up shedding a few tears, and then he told me that he loves me, and I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like me being like the Akko Taco that I am, I was like, oh my goodness, seriously, like, whoa, like
And
it was a lot to take in at that time.
yeah, like as she said, it was a lot, but like she didn't say that she loved me too, so I'm like, ah, shit, I gotta keep on going.
It has to be raw,
Yeah,
like, and
true.
organic for me. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want to just say, "Oh, I love you too," and it's like I don't know if I feel it. You know, like it has to. I have to mean it. So like that's kind of the person I was, and I told him that night. But I was just like, you know what? Like I definitely want to keep seeing you. Like I want to keep seeing where this could go, and like yeah, you know, the rest is kind of history. Like I think the month after that, I ended up just taking a random road trip with him to like out to Regina to his hometown, meeting his family. It was like so random. But like at that time, like I wasn't working because after my seasonal job, I did the Christmas time with Bath and Body Works. After I left, I had a hard time like looking for new jobs, so I wasn't really working. So I had all this time on my hands, and he said he was going back out to see family. So he's like, "Hey, do you want to come?" And I was like, "Okay." So it was like so crazy. Like who does that with their friends?
Journey.
But yeah, so like, you know, we took a 6-hour drive out to Regina, and it was like basically crazy from there because the same week that we spent out in Regina, it was Valentine's Day week that same week. So he ended up like taking me to a nice restaurant. He got me like flowers and chocolates and wine, and like yeah, it was just like so nice. Like, you know, that's when things kind of started getting to the next level. And yeah, we had a talk about like my true feelings because then I finally, you know, was like, yeah, like I think it's time to tell him how I really feel about him. And I was telling him, like, you know, I'm serious about you, but at the same time, like, I'm not trying to mess this opportunity up. Like, I'm not trying to just be with you and then like we lose this at some point. Like, I want us actually to like work long term. He's like, me too. Like, I want this long term too. So, yeah, you know, fast forward to what it was March 3rd. That was the day that he asked me to be his girlfriend. And
official thing.
I said yes. So yeah, it was like crazy. But you know, we definitely been through a lot together.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely. You know, it's been like a tornado.
For real, like there was so many different obstacles and things that we went through. We even like went through a breakup, but we got back together, and it's like when we got back together, we were like so much stronger. Like even though we had issues, but like we were just a lot more stronger in terms of our fight for each other, and we realized like this is like we really have a soul tie here. Like this is a forever thing. So yeah, like we just been, you know, fighting ever since and just working through a lot of different seasons, a lot of growth, a lot of change, spiritual growth too on a like high level. Because when we first met, we both weren't really like walking with God as much. Like we weren't like fully believers.
To our faith.
Yeah, and we kind of just both found our faith together. Like, you know, we were like, what if we started praying together? And like, you know, so we started getting to all that, and yeah, it's been great. So I love you, babe.
I love you too.
But yeah, so, you know, this is my best friend, and, you know, I'm so excited to do life with him and the future. We got a beautiful son now who we both love so much. He's the greatest blessing in our lives, honestly. And, yeah, you know, like, we're engaged, and, you know, big things for the future, of course. We're starting this community, this channel with y'all, and we're really excited to kind of let you guys see more of our different sides of us and do a lot more different content and things for you guys. So definitely subscribe, because like what are you doing if you don't subscribe? You're gonna miss out. Like seriously, subscribe. You better like the video and share the video. Share it. And comment down below what was your favorite part of our crazy like how we met story, and like tell us some of your stories of like maybe a crazy thing that happened to you on a Tinder date or something like that, you know. Have you ever been catfished before? For real, because we both have. And maybe in the future we can tell those stories as well. But yeah, guys, so definitely just subscribe to us. We love you guys, of course. We want to keep building. We're on the road to 100 subscribers right now. So definitely, all the support is appreciated.
Right.
You know.
Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers right now.
In a month.
Yes.
So we're gonna be grinding. We're gonna be pulling out content every single day. We're hoping. Okay.
Yes.
With a newborn, it's kind of hard. He's like scratching 3 months, so you know it's been a little tough. But we got this though. So so y'all just spam a bunch of positivity in the comments and definitely follow us on our social media. That will also be linked in the description box below.
That's right.
And yeah, we're really excited to just go on this journey and see where it takes us.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned, okay?
Yes.
We about to be out. Why are you looking at me like that, huh? Love you.
Love you too.
All right, guys.
Piece of
We
that
out.
Spice.
We out.
We
Bye.
out.